on Sports Central tonight. Foreign inclusion. One of the rugby giants in local club rugby, Havelock Sports Club, announces at a media conference that the club has signed 2 foreign players for the 2025-2026 season.
Yeah, so we have few experienced players from other clubs joining us. So we have Udesh Madhushankar, who has been playing around for some time, who was at CH last year, who has joined us.
Best squad. Australia announces a 15-member squad for the opening test against England in Perth, with Steve Smith replacing injured Pat Cummins as captain and Travis Head as vice-captain.
Round 4, still some information to gather out of that. Cameron Green being one, returning to the bowling crease, so that'll be good.
Impressive win. Semis it is. Amanda Anisimova defeats Aga Swiatek at the WTA finals to join Elena Rybakina in the semi-finals and remain in the contention for a first title on her tournament debut.
From Studio 24C, this is Sports Central. And now, here's Vinut Varnasurya.
Thank you for joining us today with Sports Central right here on other Derana News Channel. Well, this week is nearing to a close, but the sporting hype remains without a doubt. And today we begin with updates coming from domestic rugby. One of rugby giants in the local club rugby, Havelock Sports Club, has signed 2 foreign players for the 2025-2026 season. This was announced at a media conference held at their club premises in Colombo recently. This media conference was held to announce Havelock SC's sponsors for the upcoming rugby season. Havelock SC was the last year's runners-up in the Interclub League. Here, the club president Rajiv Pereira said that the club will sign a Samoan and New Zealander for the new season and it will add strength to the team. The 2 players will link with the club next week. Meanwhile, Havelock's captain Sandesh Jayavikrama revealed the composition of his squad.
We have got the last year Sivatana captain Trinetra Dodangolda with us, and also we have got a Wesley captain Gamambila, and then we also have a few from St. Thomas's and also one of the St. Anthony's players. Yeah, so we have few experienced players from other clubs joining us. So we have Udesh Madhushankar, who has been playing around for some time, who was at CH last year, who has joined us. And also I think few others from CH, Nisal and Udesh are the 2 club players that we have. Rest are the school leavers that we have focused on. And also from Police SC we have got Yahan Bulat Singhala, who represented St. Thomas as well.
Nepal stunned the host Sri Lanka in 4 sets on day 2 of the Central Asia Volleyball Association's Women Volleyball Championship, which was held in Colombo yesterday. Kyrgyzstan recorded a dominant 25-21, 25-9 and 25-21 win against the Maldives in the day's first encounter, maintaining their unbeaten record in the preliminary round.
The match between Sri Lanka under-19 women's volleyball team and that of Nepal was played at the Sugutadasa Indoor Stadium in front of a lively crowd. In the day's most looked-forward-to match, Nepal delivered the tournament's first major upset, beating Sri Lanka 25-18, 26-24, 19-25 and 25-20. Star spiker Janisha Bishavakrama led all scores with 21 points, while setter Anjula Pradhan controlled the tempo with sharp playmaking and consistent serves. Meena Sunar and Nisha Mahar added crucial support in attack, and libero Bhavana Tamang anchored Nepal's defence with 10 excellent receptions that kept the visitors composed under pressure. Sri Lanka's Sulakshana Aberatne paced the host with 19 points while LKM Vijayaratne added 12 and Apsara Kahadawa chipped in 9. After pulling one set back in the third, Sri Lanka faltered late in the fourth amid unforced errors.
Sahara College Colombo and Gateway College Rajagiri entered the semi-finals of Ball Blaster Division 1 Football Championship, winning their respective quarter-finals. Sahara College took on Badakachi College Kirinochi in their quarter-final encounter. During the first half, both teams played defensively and at the half-time the score was 1-0 in favour of Sahara College. The Saharians increased their attacking style in the second half and they collected 4 goals. At the final whistle, the scoreline was 5-1. Meanwhile, in the other quarter-final, Gateway College Rajagiri defeated Muslim College Kaluthara by 1-0 to book their semi-final berth. The score was 0-0 at half-time. Both those matches were played at the City League grounds in Colombo. The Ball Blaster 2025 brings together 16 top Division 1 school football teams from across the country. This tournament has been organised in partnership with Ministry of Education and the Sri Lanka Schools Football Association. The 47th seven-a-side hockey tournament organised by the Mercantile Hockey Association will be held this coming Sunday. It will be held at the P. Sarawal ground in Colombo. More details were disclosed at a media conference held in Colombo very recently.
First held in 1973, the Mercantile Hockey Association's seven-a-side is Sri Lanka's longest-running corporate hockey tournament. This year's tournament, 26 teams will be contested across 6 divisions. The A division will have HNB, Sampath Bank, Salan Bank, MAS Holdings and Commercial Bank vying for honours. The B division includes Haley's Group, Brown's Group, John Keel's, CIAP and Janashakti Finance. The C division has David Peary's Motor Company, NTB, HSBC and Future Life Holdings vying for honours. The D division features Singer SLT and Hemas Group. The E division has Ceylon Tobacco, Deloitte and Incube Solutions.
Let's head into a short commercial break. More sporting action coming right after this. You're watching Sports Central right here on Other Derana News Channel. Welcome back to Sports Central right here on Other Derana News Channel. We are moving to some updates from the Ashes 2025-2026. Australia has announced its 15-member squad for the opening Ashes against England in Perth this month, but is yet to confirm its opening 11. Steve Smith will captain the team, replacing the injured Pat Cummins with Travis Head as his deputy. Chairman of selectors George Bailey said the squad gives them good balance, and with 14 members playing in the next round of the Australia's top domestic competition, the Sheffield Shield, they will continue to gather information before the test. 3 players, batsman Jake Weatherald and bowlers Brendan Doggett and Sean Abbott, will be making their test debut, with Weatherald a contender alongside Marnus Labuschagne to open with Usman Khawaja. All-rounders Cameron Green, who returned recently after back surgery, and Bew Webster will both don the baggy green alongside wicketkeeper Alex Carey with Josh Inglis as his reserve. Fast bowler Josh Hazlewood, spinner Nathan Lyon and seamers Mitchell Starc and Scott Boland round out the squad. Sam Constance, who opened for Australia in 3 test matches in West Indies in July, was not selected. However, Australia captain Pat Cummins is back bowling multiple overs on a reduced run-up and has targeted returning to the team for the second Ashes test against England a day-nighter in Brisbane starting on the 4th of December. The first test runs from the 21st to the 25th of November at Optus Stadium in Perth. Former England captain David Beckham has been formally knighted for his services to the football and British society. The 50-year-old, who was named on King Charles' birthday honours list earlier this year, was knighted by the King during a ceremony in Berkshire this Tuesday. Beckham said that he couldn't be prouder and that people knew how patriotic he was and how much he loved his country. He added that he had always said how important the monarchy was to his family. Beckham was joined by his wife Victoria and his parents Sandra and David at Windsor Castle. Victoria, who received an OBE in 2017 for services to the fashion industry, designed and made the suit that her husband wore at the castle. Beckham played 115 times for his country and captained the Three Lions for 6 years between 2000 and 2006. The former Manchester United and Real Madrid midfielder featured in 3 World Cups for England as well as 2 European Championships. Moving to Champions League updates now, Bayern Munich extended their winning streak to 16 across all competitions after Luis Diaz gave his side a 2-goal lead before being sent off as his team enjoyed a statement 2-1 win against European champions Paris Saint-Germain on the matchday 4 of the UEFA Champions League.
Bayern Munich made it 16 wins from 16 games this season to underline their credentials as early Champions League favourites. Bayern couldn't have asked for a better start against the European champions when Diaz opened the scoring with 4 minutes on the clock as they look to overcome their toughest task yet.
Up and makes the save, but the follow-up is in, and Bayern take the lead with Luis Diaz inside 4 minutes.
The Colombian winger struck twice before being sent off for a violent tackle on Achraf Hakimi on the stroke of half-time.
Luis Diaz was stretching for that and has caught.
I think they know what's coming, the Bayern players.
It's a red card for Luis Diaz. In stoppage time at the end of the first half, it may be a game changer.
PSG, who reduced the areas through Joao Neves, dominated possession after the break but failed to make it fully count and slipped to their first defeat in the competition since last season's quarter-final second leg against Aston Villa. The result kept Bayern top of the 36-team league on a maximum 12 points with PSG in third, 3 points adrift and with more injury concerns after Hakimi and Ousmane Dembele were replaced early.
Joao Neves sweeps the ball into the back of the Bayern net. And they have that goal. And with added
PSG, who had beaten Bayern 2-0 in the Club World Cup quarter-finals in July, came out flying with their trademark high pressing but were caught cold in the 4th minute when Diaz smashed home after Lucas Chevalier had parried Michael Olise's effort.
In goes the corner, up go the heads. I think it came off Tom Bischoff, and the whistle goes. And Bayern have won again. It's 16 wins in 16 games in all competitions this season. Paris Saint-Germain beaten at home for only the 3rd time in their last 42 home Champions League group or league phase games.
Meanwhile, Liverpool were back at their best as they dominated Real Madrid with an outstanding performance to secure a crucial Champions League victory at Anfield.
Arne Slot's Premier League champions ended a spell of 6 defeats in 7 games with a win against Aston Villa on Saturday, and the revival continued as Real were overpowered. Liverpool's victory was far more convincing than the scoreline suggests, with Alexis Mac Allister finally breaking the deadlock in the second half as former Reds defendant Trent Alexander-Arnold watched from the bench with his new side strictly second best. Only the brilliance of Real keeper Thibaut Courtois kept Liverpool at bay with a string of superb saves, including 4 from Dominic Szoboszlai and a brilliant reflex stop from Virgil van Dijk's header. Courtois was powerless to stop Liverpool finally getting the goal their superiority deserved when McAllister stole in to head home from Szoboszlai's free kick after 61 minutes. Alexander-Arnold came on late in the game amid a storm of booing from the Liverpool fans who once idolised him, but he was unable to fashion a breakthrough as Real, with Jude Bellingham and Kylian Mbappe subdued, unable to deny Slot's team an important 3 points.
Just like last year, it's Alexis Mac Allister again for Liverpool. It's a goal that's so richly deserved.
World Cup holders Spain and beaten finalists England will meet in the 2027 Women's World Cup qualifiers following a draw held in Nyon, Switzerland. Spain won their first major title when they beat England 1-0 in the 2023 final in Sydney, while England beat the Spanish in a penalty shootout to retain their European Championship crown in this year's final in Basel. The pair were drawn together in the Group A3 alongside Iceland and Ukraine. Twice champions Germany will face Norway, Austria and Slovenia in Group A4, while France and Netherlands will clash in Group A2 along with Poland and Ireland. The 2027 World Cup will be held in Brazil and UEFA has 11 qualification spots available. An additional European nation could also qualify through intercontinental playoffs. Only the 4 group winners in each League A group will qualify automatically, with other teams in League A guaranteed a playoff spot. Teams from Leagues B and C can only qualify via the playoffs. Qualification matches will begin on the 3rd of March next year.
We all know there are 3 groups composed of 4 nations, and there are 3 groups composed of 3.
With another short commercial break, more updates from the tennis world coming right after this. Stay tuned, you're watching Sports Central on Other Derana News Channel. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Sports Central on Other Derana News Channel. We are moving to the tennis court now. Novak Djokovic made a winning debut in Greece, defeating Chile's Alejandro Tabilo 7-6, 6-1 at the Hellenic Championship in Athens.
The top seed was tested early by his familiar rival before finding its rhythm to delight the local crowd and advance to his 225th tour-level quarter-final, marking appearances in 25 different countries. Djokovic said it felt really like home playing in Athens, where he had recently relocated. He added that when he came there with his family a few months earlier, he had been very excited because he had always loved Greece. He mentioned that Serbians definitely loved Greece and that Athens was in his heart without question. Having lost to Tabilo on clay in Rome last year and Monte Carlo earlier this season, Djokovic earned revenge in their first hard-court meeting, denying the Chilean a chance to join Roger Federer as the only men to open their series with 3 straight wins over him. Djokovic will face Portugal's Nuno Borges or American qualifier Elliot Spizzirri in the quarterfinals.
Moving to WTA updates now, Amanda Anisimova fought past Iga Swiatek 6-7, 6-4 and 6-2 in a winner-takes-all match at the WTA finals yesterday to join Elena Rybakina into the semi-finals and stay in the hunt for first crown on her debut in the season-ending championship.
The stage was set for the highly anticipated clash between the pair after Swiatek routed Anisimova 6-0, 6-0 to lift her maiden Wimbledon crown in July before the American gained revenge in the US Open quarterfinals in September. Following a fierce start to their latest meeting and 12 straight holes of serve, Poland's Swiatek raised her level to seize control of the first set in the tiebreak, clinching it when Anisimova struck a forehand long. The war of attrition continued in the second set before Anisimova ramped up the intensity on her forehand and earned the first break of the match in the 10th game to force a decider at the King Saud University Sports Arena. With confidence flowing, Anisimova carved out another break to surge 3-1 ahead in the third set and shift the pressure onto world number 2 Swiatek, and the resilient 24-year-old stayed firm from there and completed her comeback victory.
Sets to 1. 6-7, 6-4, 6-2.
More tennis updates now. Venus Williams has been awarded a wild card for the Auckland Classic in January. The 45-year-old, who has won 7 Grand Slam singles titles, made a comeback in July after 16 months without competing. She defeated fellow American Peyton Stearns, then ranked 35th in the world, on a return at the Washington Open to become the second oldest woman to win the WTA Tour level singles match. A month later, she was given a wild card into the main draw of the US Open and impressed in a 3-set loss to Czech 11th seed Karolina Muchova in the first round. Nicholas Lamperin, tournament director of the Auckland Classic, said Venus has had a profound influence on the evolution of women's tennis and has inspired the next generation with her unshakable passion for the sport. Williams is set to play at the Auckland Classic, a tournament she won in 2015 for the first time since 2023. It takes place from the 5th of January to the 11th and precedes the Australian Open, the first Grand Slam of 2026, which is scheduled to start on the 18th of January. Finally tonight, inspired by the style and sophistication of the city of Milan, Australia has officially unveiled its Winter Olympic uniforms today, presenting a collection that beautifully balances elegance, functionality and national pride. The designs pay tribute to Italian fashion sensibilities while celebrating Australia's heritage and culture, highlighting a fusion of modern tailoring and symbolic detail. The formal uniforms were designed by the renowned Australian fashion brand Sportscraft, known for its timeless craftsmanship and attention to detail. The outfits feature a classic white cable knit sweater paired with a wool blend blazer adorned with gold medal buttons which engrave the Australian coat of arms. Adding a touch of sentiment and legacy, the Olympian oath is delicately sewn into the blazer's internal lining, accompanied by the means of all Australian Winter Olympians, a tribute to athletes who have proudly represented the nation over the years. For the competition uniforms, leading sportswear brand Carbon and XTM Performance collaborated to create gear that combines performance technology with culture and storytelling. The designs incorporate artworks by Torres Strait Islander artist David Boson and Aboriginal artist and Olympic boxer Paul Fleming, reflecting the rich indigenous heritage of Australia. These artworks are integrated into the uniforms alongside iconic green and gold colours symbolising strength, unity and national spirit. The unveiling marks the beginning of Australia's journey toward the 2026 Winter Olympic Games, which will take place in Milano Cortina, Italy, commencing on the 6th of February next year. The new uniforms not only showcase style and performance but also embody the values of diversity, identity and pride that define the Australian Olympic team. And with that, we come to the end of today's bulletin on Sports Central right here on the Other Derana News channel. Well, we value your feedback, so don't forget to send it via email at feedback.adncenglish@derana.lk or via WhatsApp at 076805793. Pritika Sivakumar is standing by to join you with the world news tonight. Well then, until tomorrow, I'm Vinod Varnasuriya signing off. Have a good night.